Today we're going to talk a little bit about size.
For goldfish. Seriously. Yeah. I mean, I know we're an adult show, but not that kind of adult show.
Hello.
Hi.
Tonight we're going to talk a little bit about
Goldfish.
Okay, fine. So I was going to say size, but again, but
it's important.
You know, yeah.
Here's the thing. Every time we do a goldfish episode, we get people talking about keeping goldfish in aquariums, and we have said time and time again, goldfish are not aquarium fish.
Right. Not small. Yeah.
Yeah,
you need a large. You need a pond.
Yeah, they're pond fish.
Right.
But everybody keeps saying, well, what if I put? So it's like, okay, we'll tell you how to keep goldfish in aquariums.
Well, at least a 55 though.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about keeping goldfish in aquariums.
Right.
You can do it
short term,
but not forever.
Right.
And you might get lucky, but
yeah,
we've
actually done a test. I guess is a good way to say it.
We have. First, let's dispel a myth.
Right.
Because one of the reasons why people think that you can keep goldfish in aquariums is, well, first of all, no bowls, but that's a whole other thing we'll talk about in a little bit. But the reason why a lot of people think you can keep goldfish in aquariums is because there's a myth that fish only grow to the size of their environment.
Right.
There is a little bit of truth to this, but it is not wholly true.
Right. It is true-ish.
Well, it's
true-ish.
It's half true.
Right. True-ish.
It's half true.
Sometimes true.
Yeah.
True-ish. Truth for a point.
Fish they'll grow slower.
Slower. They do slow down.
But they won't completely stop growing.
Right.
So you can keep a large grown fish in an aquarium for a while.
It depends on the fish too. I mean,
it does.
Some of them grow slower. Yeah, genetics. But because, like I said, we did do a test.
Yeah, we have been doing a test.
We have been doing a test. We had 5, 6 baby goldfish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we took 2 and put them in the tank in the house, or 3.
Yeah, we've got 2
in the tank in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And
we've got a 30-gallon in the house.
Yep.
That we have 2 in, and we started them out as fry.
With the same size as the others, the other 4. And the other 4 we have in a big
55.
Well, that's a
That's a 55.
Is it 55? Okay.
That's 55.
55.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to test, they were all the same size.
Yeah, all the same litter.
Same size.
Yeah.
And we put 2 inside in a 30-gallon, and 4 out here. 3 out here in the 55. The ones in the 55, and we fed them the same.
Yep.
It's nothing's different about the food wise.
Water's same.
Water's same. Everything's same.
Then they're the same batch.
Right, same batch of fish. And we have noticed over the last 6 months that the ones inside in the 30-gallon are growing slower.
Yes.
And have stayed not small. Trust me, they're almost to the point where they have to be moved. But they are smaller than the ones in the 55, significantly enough to notice.
And
so
on top of it all, we noticed that the ones that are in the 55 are significantly smaller than the ones that are out in the pond.
Right, and because the ones out in the pond, there's more of the same clutch out in the pond. We had, 6, 10 of them out there?
Yeah.
And those are much larger already than the ones that are in the 55. Whatever you said. I heard you.
Yeah,
Don't snuff at me.
Yeah.
That was a fish. The koi snuffed at me.
Yeah, the koi are
that was their
disputing.
opinion. They don't like the
bowls
idea of
being put in.
Yeah. But it was just kind of a test. So the ones outside, and there was probably 6 or 10 of them out there.
About 8.
8, okay, of the same batch. And
wow, we got some
opinionated koi overnight. Yeah.
All right,
they probably want their air back on.
Yeah.
But so we've noticed that those are significantly larger than the ones in the 55. The ones in the 55 are significantly larger than the ones in the 30. They are all growing.
Yes.
We've just decided the ones in the 55 really need to be moved back out to the pond, even though they are a little smaller than their brethren. They are getting almost too big for the 55.
I mean, they could stay in there, except for we also have the 2 baby koi.
Yeah.
They're getting too big.
Yeah.
Granted,
and we could probably leave the goldfish in there for a little while longer, just to give them a chance to grow without the koi eating all the stuff. But
right now they're sharing a tank with two
baby koi that are now big enough to go out on the outside. We were keeping them to see what happened too, and they are small. The koi are also smaller than their brethren who are outside. There's 4 of them out there, 6.
Oh god, there's more than that. There's
babies?
Yeah, there's 10 of them.
Okay. Oh, that's right. There was a lot of them. We only caught 2.
Yeah.
Remember that whole episode? It was horrible.
Yeah.
But the ones inside are actually smaller than the ones outside. Not a lot, but they are smaller.
Yeah.
So it is a thing that yes, they do grow slower, but they are to the point now where the koi definitely have to be moved. We'll probably bring the 2 that are in the kitchen out here with the other 3, or leave them there for a little while longer.
Yeah.
And then eventually they'll come out here, and then they'll go out there. We need to get a little bigger.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a test we ran.
Yeah.
And it is a thing. They did grow slower. And with the same environment.
Yeah, and the same holds true with koi and goldfish are related. They're both in the carp family. Now, we have done rescues where there were 2 koi that had been in a 55 for what, 5 years?
5 years.
Yeah.
And they were just in that last, what she said, 4 months. They had literally did a growth spurt, and they didn't fit in the pond. I don't.
Or the tank.
Not the tank one. I'm talking about the ones in the pond.
I'm talking about the ones in the tank.
See, now I was talking about the 2. I was talking about the 3 that were in the pond. Thing, the little mini pond.
Yeah.
That she said she had them for 5 years as well. So they both were about 5 years. About 5 years is about the max you can keep them in a small environment. Apparently, they have a big growth spurt of 5 years. But both the koi that we rescued from the lady at the house and the ones that we rescued from the tank.
Yeah,
both.
I'm just talking specifically the tank.
Yeah.
There was the 2 koi that had been in there 5 years, and they had just started
to outgrow the 55. Yeah.
Right, and there was a bunch of goldfish in there too.
Yeah.
So basically, whenever we see people who are like, who'll message us and be like, oh yeah, well I've had a goldfish in an aquarium for 3 years. It's like, okay, we believe you. We
do.
That you have.
We do believe you.
But
time is coming. It may be growing slow and you may not realize it. Again, we did the whole test to watch them. I mean, we didn't measure them or anything, but you can visually see the difference. And it is going to come to a point when those fish that you have in your aquarium are going to be too big for the fish for the aquarium.
Yeah. Now, the exception to this would be genetics. Like, we had Patches, who was, over a foot long at age 7.
Yeah, Patches was a monster.
She was a monster
goldfish, yeah.
And she had gotten big by the time she was like 2.
Right.
Meanwhile,
well, I mean, look at Sushi. And Hakai. Look at Sushi and Hakai.
No, not Hakai. Koshi.
Koshi. Look at Sushi being so much larger than Hakai. They're about the same time, approximately.
No, Hakai's smaller, or Hakai's older.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
Hakai's much older, and
Yeah.
she's 8 times his size. So genetics do play a part in this as well.
Yeah.
So, but overall, we're talking overall. So you may have one goldfish that doesn't last 2 years. You may have one that lasts 7. But eventually they are going to get to the point where they're too big for a tank.
Right. Now, when it comes to goldfish and
we're talking standard goldfish, by the way.
I was about to mention. What we're talking is common goldfish or comet goldfish. The difference being the fins. The comet goldfish have the long fins, and the common goldfish have the short fins, but they're same species, just different.
Right.
One thing you can keep in aquariums that are better off in aquariums are the fancy goldfish.
Right. Yeah,
they do get big. Like we had Bonnie.
Yeah, they do get big, but they only get so big.
Yeah, they only get so big. They get about tennis ball size.
Yeah,
that was the biggest one we had. Was about the size of a tennis ball.
With long fins.
With long fins. So you can keep like 2 or 3 of them in a 55 comfortably.
Right.
But they also don't swim as fast. Now the comets and the common goldfish, they zip, 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 zip,
right.
Zip,
you can't keep a fancy. You can't keep a fancy with a common because the fancies would never get any food.
Yeah. That's another thing. But the fancy
it's a whole other episode.
Yeah, but the fancy goldfish are slower swimmers. They don't need as much of a racetrack like the common and the comets do. So they're better equipped for aquariums, but you're still going to want at least 55 gallons.
Right.
At least.
Yeah.
For
the fancy even.
But for the fancy.
But like I said, we don't prefer we prefer you don't keep the comets or the commons in.
Well, just goldfish.
Goldfish, yeah. We prefer you don't keep them in a tank for any length of time once they get a certain age. Like I said, we were doing the test. Normally we wouldn't do it, but we wanted to see what happened.
Yeah.
Because so many people were so sure. We're like, okay, let's test this theory. So we tested, and you are sort of accurate-ish.
Sort of
accurate-ish. That's time-wise. Time will tell. Eventually they are going to outgrow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the 2 right now, and that we've got in the we've got 2 in the 55 right now. We've already put 1 out in the pond because it was getting way too big.
There was 1 that grew much faster than the other 2. And then we have 2 in the tank in the house, and 1 is bigger than the other, but not significantly. But they are significantly smaller than these 2.
Yeah.
So again, it is genetics as well. But again, if you have any comments, like, subscribe, share below. We'd love to hear your comments. We're not disagreeing with you anymore. Well, Well,
we're
okay,
still-
we are still disagreeing.
We're
We are
we are disagreeing on the idea that you should keep, comet goldfish in aquariums for, extended length of time.
Right.
I mean, hell,
To grow them out, absolutely.
We use them for grow out tanks.
Right. Or if one's sick or something, but we use them for grow out tanks for the most part.
Or hospital tanks.
Yeah,
But
hospital,
we don't.
yeah.
But goldfish are always in ponds in our household. However, unless they're the fancy ones, the fancy goldfish, yeah, in a tank. But make sure that the tank's big. You don't want to put a fancy goldfish in a 30-gallon and think it's going to be happy. First of all, it's going to want a friend or two, because goldfish are social.
They're social fish.
Yeah, they are very social.
They're not betas.
Yeah, they're not betas.
They're not betas.
But goldfish are social, so you're going to want at least two.
Yeah.
And you're going to
minimum.
Minimum two. And you're going to want to give them a big tank, because they are also dirty fish. They produce a lot of waste.
A lot of waste. So that's another thing people don't realize. The goldfish, the tanks have to be cleaned more often.
They're messy eaters.
They're messy, so they have to have a bigger, stronger filtration, stronger everything. So, or you clean it a lot.
Yeah.
And
so unless you want to treat it like a beta bowl where you're cleaning it every day.
Yeah.
Which,
it is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still, especially like your common and your comet goldfish, they want room to swim. They like swimming. They like racing around. Your fancy goldfish, they're more the floating around. Hi, how you doing? Like Bonnie.
Yeah.
But the goldfish and koi even. I know some of you guys keep koi in aquariums. Koi are definitely pond animals, so if you're keeping koi in your aquariums, 5 years max is what we're seeing.
Yeah.
So basically, we're figuring, just from the rescues we've done when it comes to koi in particular, 5 years.
About 5 years. Both sets of rescues about 5 years in the 55, and then 5 years in a small, like a 75 gallon pond, outdoor pond. Mm-hmm. And within a couple of months, from what I understand, they outgrew both just really fast.
The 5 years, and then they were too big.
Yeah.
Another thing to keep into consideration is that these animals have a long lifespan.
Yeah.
Common goldfish can get to live to be about 20 years old, and koi can live to be over 200.
Depending on the koi, yeah.
Depending on the.
We're hopeful.
Yeah. Well, we're not hopeful. We're not going to be around to take care of it.
Right.
But the oldest koi recorded was like over 250 years old. So keep in mind that koi they're like Galapagos turtles. They can get there.
Yeah.
They're like Greenland sharks,
Right, yeah, so
they can get up there.
You take care of them and they will live for a long time.
Yeah,
so
now genetics again play a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've lost koi to disease, we've lost koi to old age when they were only 7 years old. But same with goldfish.
Right.
We tend to lose goldfish to disease more than anything else. I don't think we've had one die of old age yet. But,
that I know of.
Yeah, well, we've got a cancer boy who apparently is going to live forever.
Yeah, whole other subject.
Yeah, I mean,
poor fish.
Keep in mind that comet goldfish also are so inbred that you do end up with a lot of diseases.
Right, which is why we do occasionally we'll bring in a couple of comets from outside source just to replenish the gene pool, so that they don't keep inbreeding. Because we're assuming that the cancer boy was an inbred, and he's just. Maybe we don't know, but
yeah, he's got all these tumors and whatnot all over him. But he's been surrounded. I mean, we noticed him about a year ago, and he's still strong and
still going strong.
Looks like Quasimodo.
Yeah, he looks horrible, but anyway. But yeah, so we did do the test. Again, we did agree-ish temporarily
that you can keep goldfish in aquariums, but not forever.
Temporarily, right?
Not
temporarily.
For their whole
yeah, we're not going to go with forever for you. We are going to compromise and say yes, you can do it.
Maybe for a couple years.
Right. Depending on the fish, depending on, the size of your tank, we'll give you a couple years. But be ready. They are going to eventually outgrow it, just so you know.
Now, your other option is to upgrade your tanks. So if you got them in a 55 and they're getting too big, you're going to have to upgrade to 100.
Right.
Upgrade to 150. I think that full-size comets would actually do well in a 150-gallon tank.
Yeah. Yeah, because maybe not somebody the size of
well, 150-gallon tank is twice the size.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, the one that you had was not.
Oh, patches.
Patches, maybe not, but regular goldfish, not the monster goldfish. Probably, maybe for a long time, unless they're really large.
I mean, we have several that are over a foot long now.
Yeah.
I mean, out in our pond.
Yeah.
But so we'll say, if you've got like a giant wall tank, then sure.
Right.
Yeah. If you got 500-gallon tank or whatever.
Right,
Yeah,
go ahead, yeah.
Go right ahead. Keep some koi
By all
in
means,
there.
comment below if you have
Yeah.
that. We'd love to see
Yeah,
it.
keep some koi in there.
Yeah, we'd love to see it because we have seen it at the fish stores. They'll have the big 500-gallon tank and they have koi in it,
Yeah.
and they're fine. Full-grown koi, perfectly fine.
Believe me, I'd love to get one of those things,
Yeah.
but
No.
I don't have the
room.
$10,000
Yeah,
for
or
it.
the room.
Yeah, I don't have the room right
the
now.
room right
either.
now. But anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, share, comment below. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your comments on it. We don't mind you disagreeing with us.
Yeah.
Not going to change our minds, but
Yeah, I mean, we really do prefer that you keep goldfish and koi in ponds. They
Right.
really do. They do better in that kind
Right.
of environment.
they're healthier, everything.
They're healthier.
So,
They're happier. They can jump. That's another thing is that koi and goldfish do like to jump, especially koi.
yep.
We're looking at you, Shinigami. One of
Yeah.
our karasu just love.
Yeah.
He'll peek out. He'll jump up and peek up whenever he hears us.
He hears us. Yeah, not right now. He's mad at us right now because the water's off. But we turn the water back on, they get frisky again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, subscribe, share, comment below. Buy stuff from the Etsy shop. Buy stuff from the other shop.
Yeah, all the links are below.
All the links are below.
On our different shops because we're raising
I'm
money
wearing a
for
shirt
it.
today.
Yes, she's wearing her all fish need a filter.
All fish.
Which is true, and I'm wearing my no bowls.
Yeah.
Why do you hate me?
So-
So you
so-
can get these cool shirts at
Yeah.
our graphic shop, and the link there is below.
And there's other things. There's coffee mugs and
Coffee mugs, and
pillows and all kinds of cool stuff. Buy some stuff, Etsy shop, and the links are all below. We still want to make koi rana. It is still a thing. Yeah, I know. I said.
We told them.
Yeah.
They're anxious. They really want to do koi rana.
But
Just because they know that we're going to stuff something full of bloodworms for them. So,
yeah, right, yeah, we are. They're gonna have lots of fun. You have lots of BTS footage on that.
Yeah, they're looking forward to koi rana. So
Yeah.
help us.
So
fund
help us
that.
out. Yep. Have a great day.
Bye.